fillets, full hams, pepperoni, sausage toppings for pizzas, things like that. I've pretty much worked with all. If it's processed meat, I've pretty much worked with it.
Okay. Perfect, Eddie. And so, can you? So first thing, just very quickly, can you explain to me, like for someone like Kraft, right? Will Kraft buy like like live animals and then sort of process them from there to end where they have your hot dog, or they will buy sort of secondary processed meat from someone and that then convert that into hot dog?
They buy secondary process, so they'll buy bulk combos of whatever raw materials they're looking to convert. The only, they're a little bit unique in that they have such a big presence in the market and are not vertically integrated. The only place that Kraft is vertically integrated is within the turkey segment. They do they harvest their own turkeys, and they have but they don't raise the turkeys. So they're semi-vertically integrated. Whereas everybody else, the big guys.
But they do the primary processing on the turkey, right? They take the live turkeys.
Correct. Yep.
Okay. And then Tyson is like involved in raising the live animals where they give it to co-growers and then they take it back and then they do the full primary processing.
Correct.
Right?
Yes.
And then do they go till the like sort of, as in hot dogs, and hot dogs is sort of my representation of kind of whatever the finished product is that the customer can just take home and either just eat it or cook it a little and eat it.
Yes. So then they will take it all the way through, usually not in the same plant. Now, chicken would be different. Chicken a lot of times is all within the same plant walls, but they will harvest the raw materials, debone, secondary process, and then ship them to another facility within the network and process into hot dogs, lunch meat, whatever.
Okay. So you don't think there are many lines where sort of, say live hog or live chickens go at one end and hot dogs come out at the other end?
No, I don't think there's. I've been in hundreds of plants, and I don't know that I've ever seen that for red meat.
And for poultry?
Poultry, yes. It's not quite as simple and as streamlined as you say, but yes, there are. It's not the most common setup, just because of the food safety around it is extremely hard to manage. But there are some poultry facilities that will slaughter, debone, and further process.
Okay. So you're saying it's very unlikely that you're doing primary to full further processing in one line. You will typically break at secondary and then take it separately for further processing.
Yes, correct.
So basically there are plants that do primary and secondary, and then there are plants that do further processing, and they may be owned by the same company or they may be owned by different companies.
Yes. Yep.
Okay. So now when I come to equipment supplier landscape, right, how should I think about, mainly Middleby? What segment do they mainly play in?
Middleby plays really well in further process, especially things like hot dogs, and ovens. I would say they're less integrated within the poultry side of the world and more so in red meat, that sort of land. I've worked with